This is Game Nights, episode number 46, recorded February 12th, 2017. The Legend of Shaker Heights, Chapter 3. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Game Nights, the show that continues to play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for even more time. I'm your Dungeon Master, Sean, joined, as always, by our two travelers, Colby and Dan, and our one con man, Mr. Matt. And we are back continuing our Shaker Heights adventure here. Quick recap for those of you jumping in. At this point, we're in the settlement of Shaker Heights, the sketchy desert settlement. These gentlemen spent the last hours cavorting around town. They met with the sheriff, Rufus T. Bickford, not only the sheriff, the head of the tourism committee, and committee of one. They met him, who was a little bit sketchy. They also went to the Hattery and met Lana Fisher, who was also sketchy. Matt tried to hit on her and got slapped, whereas Colby and Dan bought some fun hats. After that, they went to the Lovell General Store, met Sheldon Lovell, bought some health potions, and Matt somehow, as if by magic, persuaded Sheldon to join them as a foursome to continue on in their adventure. Did I miss anything, guys?
Oh, I think you're good. No, I think we're all caught up.
Pretty accurate.
That's accurately recall. It's like we just did this.
Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Shh, they don't know that. All right, so what would you gentlemen like? It's now the four of you. You're outside the general store. Sheldon has locked the door, and he's ready to travel with you guys. What is next?
All right.
For our
Sheldon, what kind of weapons do you have?
Well, Matt, that's a personal question. I don't like to talk about my weapons with my fellow travelers, but I do have this long sword and this great axe as well. These are old relics from my adventuring days. I usually keep them in the back of the shops.
Cool. We could use another great axe in the party.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Good.
We don't want to tell you what happened to our last great axe.
He was great. Okay.
All right.
Should we go to see if we can find this temple?
Yeah, let's look at this map.
Yeah.
We haven't even really looked at it.
Oh yeah, that we haven't looked at yet.
There's no so you open and unroll the map. Let's have somebody roll something for this. I'm not going to just tell you what's on the map. You got to figure it out.
Is it like a perception sort of thing?
I would give you
I have survival,
investigation.
Is there a cartography skill?
Investigation. I only have +2 investigation. Does anyone have better investigation?
I have +3.
Insight, history. I'm being flexible.
I have insight. I have a +3 in insight.
All right. No, insight's more for people. I'm sorry. I should have been more specific. No, history or investigation.
All right, Colby, go for it.
All right. I have a +3 investigation. I'm gonna kind of investigate this shit out of this.
We don't get to use that one too much.
No.
14.
Okay. Well, looking at the map, the first thing you notice, and you didn't even have to roll to notice this, it's only half a map. It's ripped down the middle, and you only have half a map. Now, what you see on that map is it's a broad stretch of kind of just brown desertness, and you see a few major trails winding their way through, and one of those major trails leads to a little dot on the map called Shaker Heights. And the trail continues through Shaker Heights and continues on, but you look, and you notice hand-drawn on this map, but clearly not part of the original map itself, is a little dotted line leading away from Shaker Heights. Now, the normal path leads roughly east to west, right? You guys came in from the west, heading east, when you guys first entered the village. But this path kind of goes north. It kind of goes off from Shaker Heights, up kind of I would say northeast, on the map, kind of just works its way up. And then at the end, you just see someone draws in an X and just writes next to it, Agua.
So wait, we have the half of the map that shows Shaker Heights.
Oh wait, hang on. No. I didn't do that right. All right, let's just go back to tape. I wasn't supposed to go as far as that. It doesn't show you where the temple is. You don't have that half of the map yet. My bad. That's on me. Oops. It shows a dotted line going to the edge of the ripped part with an arrow that's pointing along the trail, indicating that that's the trail to Agua. I cannot hear you, Colby.
You said that dotted line goes to the northeast?
Yes, it does. I would not get too hung up on drawing the map because it's really not going to be necessary you remember it.
His Apple Pencil.
It's no.
Yeah, I gotta use my Apple Pencil for something.
Trust me, Colby. You will have the opportunity to draw some things. I promise you that. God. This is not one of them. It's a relatively straight line. Waves a little bit, curves a little bit, but for the most part, it's a straight line. However, you don't see where it leads to because the map is ripped in half.
Gotcha.
Didn't you say somewhere on the map is marked the words Agua?
Yes. It's written along the trail with an arrow. You got enough perception out of it to notice that clearly the trail leads to Agua. You just don't see where the trail actually leads to. You don't see the end of it on the map.
Oh, I see. So basically, like anything in between point A and point B is obscured.
Well, no, you just don't know where point B is. That's point B is on the other half of the map. The temple is on the other half of the map.
Oh, there's no.
So
there's
you
no
know the
X that says
direction,
temple.
but you don't know where the actual temple is.
Gotcha. All right. There's nothing else on the map. No geographic features that we can identify. Nothing that we need to be concerned about.
It's relatively, knowing the terrain of the area, it's relatively flat. A few dunes here or there, but for the most part, there's not a lot geologically going on in this area. You can see the horizon pretty clearly when you're not in the town.
All right, hombres. Guess we better head northeast. Is there anybody else in this town we should talk to, do you think? Do you guys think?
Well, the only place you haven't been is the inn and the brewery, right?
Oh, the brewery.
We went to the inn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the inn.
It's just around.
We haven't been to the inn yet. I think we should just head on out. Why not?
Okay.
I'm getting some cues.
I suspect that whatever the sheriff has going on is tied into whatever this Temple de Agua actually is.
Or maybe what it's on. Maybe it's on like some kind of sacred burial ground or oil field or something.
No, I think the sheriff has used the powers of the Temple de Agua to mind control everyone in the town.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I was thinking like Scooby-Doo, like he's like it was what's his name?
It was Rufus Bickford.
Boone T. Pickens.
Rue T. Pickens.
Yeah, your kids taught me. Yeah. I would have got away with it too. All right, I guess we should head on out to walk in that direction.
Okay.
Yep.
So the four of you walk out towards the end of town, where you see the main trail clearly well traveled, heading east. But you notice kind of a clearing in the sort of it's like the forestry of the area, very light. Very kind of those dead bushes looking kind of thing. But you can see clearly that there's some kind of trail, not well traversed by any stretch, but it's not like you're wandering through the wilderness. There's a very lightly used trail that's taking you in that northeast direction. Would you like to take that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut to montage of you guys walking along the trail, and the sun rises and then the sun sets, and you're walking your way along the trail. Bam! All of you need to roll a perception check right now.
Perception truck.
Perception truck.
16.
What'd you say, Matt?
16? Do I get a bonus? Wait a second. Actually, I might get a bonus.
I rolled a solid 2.
Ooh, that's not good. Okay.
19.
16.
16. Okay, and Matt, you rolled a 19?
19.
Okay. Dan and Colby are instantly unconscious.
Oh, God.
Matt, with his 19, feels something hit him in the back of the head. Thankfully, because he is a bit of a larger, stronger gentleman, it doesn't render him unconscious, but it does certainly put him at a disadvantage. He looks around, notices that Colby and Dan are unconscious on the ground, and our new friend Sheldon Lovell was hit so hard he's dead. So you killed him. He's dead.
Oh shit!
Total accident. They didn't mean to kill him. He's an old man. He's not in as good a shape as the rest of you guys. Man, I was really getting to love that character too.
You did this.
Yep.
You did this.
I
Matt,
should have known.
Matt looks over and looks around him and sees he sees 4 scouts behind them who have each whacked each of you behind the head.
No. Question. What
Yeah.
is the terrain around us? I thought we were in a desert.
You weren't in a desert. It's called camouflage, Dan. You didn't see him until it was too late. You guys were lollygagging around. I didn't hear anyone do a perception check. You weren't.
Oh my god.
You weren't ready. You weren't ready. Hey, look, this is on you.
Right. So, all right. So
They're-
Dan and Colby are unconscious.
If I had to describe the scouts' outfits,
Dead.
it's very much like like Star Wars sand people. I mean, it's really they're prepared for the desert.
Tusken Raiders.
And yes,
Yeah,
and meant to blend in. Matt, still conscious at this point, notices the 4 of them, and he looks kind of behind him, notices the guy who just struck him. Matt, he strikes you again, and in this point, I need you to do a saving throw.
Okay, I've never done that before.
What kind of
For
saving?
what? For dexterity? For strength?
Let's do
Constitution?
Let's do. Yeah, let's do Constitution, sure.
Okay. Oh shit! I rolled a 2.
You are now
I
unconscious.
have no.
Matt tries to fight back. It does not work. He struggles a bit, but they still knock him unconscious.
Oh great!
Question mark amount of time passes. Colby and Dan wake up and come to. Things are a little hazy. You're temporarily at disadvantage.
Wait, what about Dawkins, my hawk?
Hawkins?
Dawkins,
Well, you're
Dan
unconscious.
Hawk.
The Dan
You
Hawk?
can't come in if you're unconscious.
Dan Hawk tried to attack the scouts, but it clearly did not work.
He has advantage on perception checks.
Well, you didn't use a
man.
perception check for him, did you, Dan? You're unconscious now. You
Your
can't.
Hulk has an advantage on perception checks.
You got good eyes.
I mean, he is a hawk. Or a falcon.
It's literally hawk parentheses falcon. So
Oh, both.
Close enough. They're not.
I
that
like
particular.
Dawkins.
all right, well, okay.
Sorry, Dan.
Is Dawkins in this wherever we are with us?
Well, all right. So you guys start to come to. Things are a little hazy. The first thing you do is try to move and notice your hands are tied behind your backs.
Right.
You look around the room you're in. It's relatively dark, lit only by a torch. You notice, I'll have you roll a perception check to see how much more you notice, but you notice what is clearly a single, oh, hang on. I've got to switch my cards here so I make sure I get this right. You notice one guard sitting in a chair in the corner, a scout, and he looks to be asleep, but you're not quite sure. He's just not particularly attentive to what's going on.
Okay. I'm going to
Which direction is he facing? Is he facing us? Or is he facing the door?
Matt, I didn't say you were in that room.
Oh, yeah, I'm not in the room either.
Colby and Dan are in that
Wait,
room.
yes, you did. I thought you said we all come to and we're out.
No, I said Colby and Dan come
Oh.
too.
I missed that part. Okay.
I only rolled a 4.
17.
All right. Dan notices, interestingly enough, that the floor is made of a sand dirt type material. The walls are made of a sand type dirt materials, and the ceiling is made of a wall sand dirt type material. There are no
Wow.
windows, lit only by a single torch. So the room is somewhat dark, but you can still see well enough to notice the one guard sitting in the corner, kind of dozing. You also notice 2 doors. You two are sitting in the back corner of the room, and you see one door to your left and one door to your right in this somewhat rectangular room. You're both tied up with what you can feel to be ropes behind your back.
But our feet are good?
But your feet are good. Your feet are
Alright.
untied.
Not bad. They've underestimated us.
Don't they
Be
always?
their last mistake.
Indeed.
Okay. So no Dawkins to be found?
Nope, not. And you also don't see your new friend Akmenos.
Yeah,
He's also nowhere to be found.
I can't believe Sheldon is dead.
I warned you. He was a weak old man. And by the way, I actually did roll a perception check, and he rolled a 3, and I considered that to be so low.
Sure. It was higher than mine.
But he was an old man.
True.
Could have just left him. He could have. You guys killed him, really. Let's be honest. He would have just lived out his life, mending his general store, being a good citizen of Shaker Heights, and you killed him. So.
We didn't even get to talk to him anymore.
Nope, you didn't learn anything about his backstory. You didn't know he died. Those scouts did not know what they were doing, and they.
Sean's D&D is harsher than Matt's.
Oh yeah, no, this is for reals. This is for keeps.
It's like the Dark Souls of D&D.
Yeah.
I'm not fooling around.
All right.
So what are you two gonna do?
Sunshine
things up in a nice bow.
Hang
on.
I assume we don't have any of our equipment or anything. Did you say it's in sight or not?
Well, since you asked, no, you don't have any of your weapons on you. They have been placed somewhere else. You don't see
what about
them
any of our other stuff?
Unless it's small enough for you to carry on your person without them, quickly taking it away.
The quill.
I would assume that's still on your person.
All right. Well, we have that going for us.
Yeah,
I have a knife.
What kind of knife?
An ancestral knife.
An ancestral knife?
No. Yeah, this knife is like the quill.
Damn, where is that knife?
Have sex with other knives.
Oh my god. This is
spooning to a whole new level.
Gross.
Did you get the joke, Colby?
What?
Oh boy. All right. Yes.
I have a knife that belonged to a relative.
Oh, ancestral.
If you believe it to be small enough that someone quickly searching your person and removing weapons wouldn't find it,
it's like one of those boot knives.
Okay.
You know?
Then that's fine. Then you also have that on your person.
Sort of utility knife.
Then I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Okay, so we have those two things going for us.
Yeah. So
the quill isn't going to be much use without our hands.
Right. We could try to escape, or we can try talking to the guards and see what comes of that.
I mean, they're not mutually exclusive.
That's true. We could try talking to the guards first, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Is there only one guard?
There's one guard asleep in the corner.
Oh, wait, no.
No. Okay,
yeah.
Just try and escape then.
Yeah. Okay. And I think this is going to be pretty simple.
Okay.
All right. So we there's nothing else around us. We're just sort of like, there's a guard and a chair. There's those two doors. There's nothing else in the room.
Nope. Just a torch on the wall lighting the room.
Torch on the wall, no ropes, no...
Well, only the ones that are tying up your hands, nothing else.
Right. Okay. So, Colby, what I propose is we scoot and fruity on towards each other, and then I can whip the knife out from my back with my hands and hold it out and like cut open your things from behind. And then you can get me. And as long as we're stealthy, which you are, so maybe I don't move and you move towards me. I think it's a classic. Like, there's no need to get fancy here. This is just bread and butter, cut and dry, adventuring stuff here.
Okay.
Well, Dan, since you put it that way, if you guys are going to scoot towards one another, I'd like each of you to make an acrobatics check.
No. Colby's going to scoot.
Okay, as long as you're not moving, that's fine. Stealthy. Then Colby has to do an acrobatics check.
Although I am good at acrobatics.
Where's acrobatics?
It's dexterity, but it's if you have the bonus, it's the first one.
Oh, why don't I have a? Yeah, this I have my acrobatics modifier is 6, so.
Oh.
I think this will be okay.
Nice.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
All right. Well, then you scooch towards Dan. The guard does not indicate any signs of noticing or movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I like do one of these maneuvers and I crunchy roll myself up and pluck the boot out of my shoe from behind.
Make a dexterity check.
24.
Whoa.
The guard continues to not notice what you're doing. You're being very sneaky. Good job.
Now I'm gonna cut open Colby's stuff. His the ropes around his hands.
Let's do another dexterity check.
Both of us or just Dan?
Whoever's doing the cutting.
Oh,
me.
Dan is, I guess.
Oh, natural 20.
All right. Not only does the guard not notice you, you cut all the way through the ropes. Colby is now free.
Great. Colby, you know what to do.
Okay.
I'd like a dexterity check from Colby now.
Here's another thought. If you think you could incapacitate the guard yourself, then you don't have to risk the guard noticing by me cutting off my ropes. It's up to you.
I doubt I could. Like with my bare hands, that is not that is not within my skill set. Like the one thing I could maybe do is like use a spell or something and see if we could get him to like run out of the room.
No, that's fine. At that point, yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna go for this dexterity check then. 21. Wow.
You cut through Dan's rope. Dan is now free.
Nice.
Okay.
How is the torch secured into the wall?
There's a little hook that little like circle thing that the torch is just placed.
Great. So you can take the torch out.
If you can succeed on a sleight of hand.
Oh man.
Which is
Colby's
dexterity
good at
if
this.
you don't have the advantage.
Oh yeah, I also have a +6 sleight of hand.
All right, you should do this, Colby.
Matt's looking at me like he's making this up as he's going along, isn't he? And I would say, yes, I am.
I don't like.
No, I'm just trying to read more
Colby.
about
I don't like
that.
looking in your face.
How'd you
I
do?
got an 8.
You got an 8. As
I
Colby,
rolled a 3 +6. I mean, I'm sorry, it's 9 if that makes any difference.
as Colby reaches for the torch, he picks it up out of the thing, but then Butterfingers, he drops it on the ground. The guard begins to stir. You guys get one more action before he notices you're no longer tied up.
Put it out. Put out the torch.
out.
If you would like
Yes.
to do that, you can do that.
I have
absolutely.
dark vision.
All right, you put.
You have dark vision.
You put out the torch. I'm going to advance towards the guard.
Okay, absolutely. Then that is what happens. Colby stomps out the torch with his foot. The room goes pitch black dark, and Dan approaches the guard in the corner. The guard Hey, what the heck is going on here?
All right. I wind up. I'm going to punch him right in the face. Is he wearing a helmet?
No, he's not wearing a helmet.
Okay, great.
Nice.
All right, well, make your
I'm
attack.
going to go. And this is, I get a surprise, right? Or whatever it's called.
Yeah, you get advantage. Yep.
Yeah. And what is this going to be it's a to hit, right? So dexterity? Or a two-hit roll.
It's a strength.
A strength check
Yeah,
to knock him out?
I think any hand-to-hand
All right.
combat is strength.
All right. Here we go. 18.
Whoa! Look at that. You punch him square in the middle of the face. Now roll for damage.
Oh, what is
Which
fist
I have
damage?
What is fisting damage? I have no idea.
So much for our
As
PG
it
rating.
goes.
So much for our R rating. How about 1d6? Does that sound?
Yeah, sure. Okay, do that.
All right. 6.
Very good, Dan. He's hurt. He's saying ow.
Ah!
You didn't kill him by any stretch.
Okay.
What?
Colby.
Well, Colby used
do
his
I-
action. No, it's Scout's turn. So ow, my face, you son of a bitch.
Now we get to roll for initiative, right? Whoa.
Yeah, we can roll for
For
initiative.
Yeah, for entering
All right.
combat.
If
That
that
was the
yeah,
surprise round.
absolutely.
I mean, I guess that's what we're doing. Colby, do you have any objections to this?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what else to do. Unless we can talk our way out of it, but
I don't think so.
now that you punched him.
Well, I thought I could do one of those like knock up from behind
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
knockout jobs, like what was done to us.
Right.
Because
That must be a special
And
skill.
he was
Yeah,
expecting it.
If
He was.
if we
You
had
two
had
were
the-
escaped prisoners. Of course you're going to try and punch him in the
we had
face.
the torch, you could have smacked him with the end of it right in the
You could have
temple.
done some real fire damage with that.
No, not the
Shouldn't-
fire end, the other
Oh,
end.
the blunt end.
So maybe, Colby, now that it's out, pick up the torch.
Pick
well-
up the torch.
Can
it's
Colby
better than-
see the torch? It's pretty dark in there.
Well, he
Yeah.
was just stepping on it. All right.
Eh,
Roll for
I don't
initiative.
know.
Roll for initiative.
I got a 6.
God damn it, Colby.
Sorry.
7.
All right. And our unnamed guard rolled a 5. So that's
Oh, wow.
Okay.
so it'll be Dan, Colby, and then the guard.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's see here.
One of us still has the knife, right?
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Who has the knife? I could say that I have the knife.
That's
Because
not a
that'd be
knife.
convenient.
I guess technically we did not discuss exchanging the
Well,
knife,
who was
so
the
I
last one to
probably
cut? No, Colby cut Dan
I
open
was.
second, so Colby should still have
Yeah.
it.
yes,
Okay.
I agree with it.
So
Well-
you can try punching him in the face again. That worked well.
But did it? I mean, it happened to work out.
Well, you did some damage.
Yeah. I should have rolled my second attack die too. It could have been a 20.
It could have.
Not that it would have done any more damage though, I guess. Oh no, it could have done more because I would have rolled 2 dice. Oh well. Well, what is this guard wearing? Like, is he like what kind of armor does he have on? It's like a plate armor, or is he like kind of just like street clothes, or is he wearing like what
It's
those sand people wear?
It's leather armor. He clearly, the guys you saw out. Well, you didn't. But okay, you didn't see the guys out in the desert because you were unconscious, so you don't know what those guys looked like. The guy in the room is wearing leather armor.
Okay. All right. Well, there's only one thing left to do, and that is a swift kick to the balls.
Love it. Love it. All right, go ahead. Give us an attack roll.
21.
Oh boy, yes, you do hit those balls, and because the balls are a more
Swiftly.
sensitive part, let's do a 1d8 on that.
Woohoo!
Give you a little bonus.
Wait, this is one. There we go. 4 damage.
4 damage. All right. He goes, "Oh my nuts!" But he's
Now,
not dead.
because it was a successful hit, is he like incapacitated for the next round? Like,
Well, let's see what Colby does, and we'll decide what shape he's in. Because Colby's turn
Okay.
is next.
I don't strictly know what to do. I can't really see, right?
No, you can't.
I can't see anything.
the good news is that means he can't see us.
Yeah. I could just charge blindly with the knife, but
No,
it doesn't
we know
seem
how that's gonna go.
good
Don't do
idea.
that.
right.
Here's what you could do is
Well, you can do a perception check, but it's going to take your turn. But depending on how well you roll, it could tell you something about the room.
the other thing you could do, Colby, is toss the knife up into the air, and then on my turn I'll catch it.
Is it like a folding knife, or do we run the risk of like accidentally stabbing someone with it?
We run that risk.
Okay.
That's just an option.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what to
That's
do.
a Sean Jennings move right there. If I've ever heard one.
It really is.
I've got pretty good dexterity, and I can see it, so
That's
Yeah.
true.
you just have to get sort of into my general direction.
Yeah, I guess
Toss it
that's
up, not like straight on.
right. Well, so I'll try and like underhand toss it towards you, like hilt first,
Mhm.
right? Like not with the pointy end towards where I know you to be by my hearing.
Right.
So that's what I'm gonna do. Do I need to like roll something for that?
Well, that's
Sean?
what I'm trying to figure out. I think we're going to have you do... Let's just have you do an well, no, we'll do a dexterity check for me.
Yeah, that's totally dexterity.
14.
Okay, we'll see how that ends.
So I don't stab myself.
Colby can't
hopefully.
see where the knife went, so he has no idea. Colby chucks the knife, and it falls and it lands on the ground near Dan's foot.
Okay.
I would say within 5 feet of Dan's foot. So not immediately, like touching his foot, but it's not any far distance.
All right.
I really was hoping you'd roll a natural 20 because you would have stabbed him right in the eye, the bad guy right in the eye. I was really hoping for that. I said, or you roll a 0 or a 1 and you stab Dan in the eye. Sadly, neither happened, but that's okay. So it is now our scouts, our guard's turn. The guard.
He can't see.
Well, you're correct. He cannot see, but he can swing wildly and hope to hit one of you because hitting either of you is a success.
Sure.
So
the Count Sal defense.
yes,
Now-
it worked well for him.
It's a chess move. Now, if he can't see, does that mean he has
He
disadvantage?
has disadvantage. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So he is going to use his short sword, and just swing it wildly, and that is a.
At me?
No, he swings it wildly. We'll see who it hits here in a second. He rolled a 9, which misses both of you anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Phew.
All right, it is now Dan's turn.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go for the knife. Is that gonna take my whole turn?
Did your character have any kind of double action or?
No.
Yeah, I would say that would probably take your turn.
All right, that's fine.
Okay,
I go for the knife.
that's fine. We'll assume you pick it up. It's close enough to you that you should be able to see it without rolling. So Dan picks up the knife he has in his possession. Colby, it's your turn.
Okay.
You now no longer have a weapon, and you cannot see anything.
I think I'm gonna try and find the torch. I guess. I'm not sure
if
what.
he gets up on you, then you'll have something.
Right. And if other people come into the room or whatever, I'll have the torch at least. So
All right. Well,
I guess I'm gonna do that. Should I?
I'm going to have you roll a perception check, sure, as part of your reaching down onto the floor.
Okay. I got a 9.
You got a 9. You feel around on the floor, but you don't find anything.
Boogers.
No such luck. All right, it is the guard's turn. The guard is again going to take his short sword and swing it wildly. Still at a disadvantage. And rolled a 7, so it doesn't hit either of you as well. Still flailing wild. It's not even that big of a room. I don't know how he keeps missing you, but somehow he does. Dan, it is now your turn. You have the knife in your possession.
Okay, great. Gonna go for the little stabby.
All right, go for it.
9.
You had one job, Dan. One job.
I was doing well up until this point.
The guard is flailing around so wildly with his sword, he moves and you miss him.
Yeah.
Lucky for him, he doesn't even know he almost got stabbed. Colby, it is your turn. You're still bent down trying to find the torch on the floor.
I think I'm gonna go like go all out for it, and like I'm gonna lay down and like do a snow angel just to see if I can cover as much
A
ground
sand
as
angel.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You know what, Colby? We're going to do this for you. I'm going to give you advantage. Oh, what'd you roll?
20.
All
I
right.
rolled a natural 20.
He's going to do you a favor. You rolled a natural 20. Colby, you, in doing your snow angel, you not only find the torch with one hand, with your other hand, you find the ankle of the guard.
Yes.
And because you rolled a natural 20, I'm going to give you a bonus action. Bam, my gift to
Whoa.
you. With your hand on his ankle.
Cool. I'm gonna like hold on to his ankle and swing right for his knee, or where I think his knee should be.
All right, very good. Go for it. But I'm still going to put you on disadvantage because you still can't see.
That's fair. I got a 16. Is this a strength?
Yes.
No, it's like to hit, right? It's an attack roll.
Oh, you're.
No, but you get the advantage on the attack roll. It's a no.
Yeah,
You get strength.
well, you get disadvantage on the attack
Well,
roll.
but that's
so
what I'm saying,
roll
yeah.
twice.
Well, I rolled a 16 and a 4, so
You're close enough to feel it, not close enough to know where his knee is, and so you miss. But you still have him by the knee. He's not moving too far. Not that he was moving far anyway. All right. It is the guard's turn. He once again goes with his sword, flailing wildly, still at disadvantage. And he rolled a 1. Doesn't hit anybody. Still flailing wildly. Dan.
All right, knife to the throat from behind. Here we go. It's like just gotta end it at this point. 16.
16. That is absolutely a hit.
Finally.
Let's see if you can end this here.
Yeah, what do we say? What do we say a knife is? If a fist is 1d6, is a knife 1d8?
Let's do 2d6.
2d6. All right. 1. 2 damage.
Man, you guys, this is like the easiest guy we've ever had to kill. You have him by
We
the
don't
ankle
have-
in a pitch dark room. Dan's the only one who can see. No, he's not dead. He's still alive. And
Yeah.
Colby, it's your turn.
This is like watching Cullen.
I guess I'm gonna just continue to try swinging this stick
Torch
at
at
him.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. I'll have you do a strength check. You're still at disadvantage.
All right, I got an 18 and a 12.
Ooh, so close, not close enough. 12 does not do it. That is a miss. It is the guard's turn. It's worked well for him so far. He continues to swing with his short sword, and he rolls... Ooh, you guys got lucky. He's at disadvantage too. He rolled a natural 20, followed by a 2. He misses wildly. Dan?
Thank God.
John, is there any of the rope near me?
It's on the other side of the room. It's probably going to take an action for you to go retrieve it.
All right, I'll go for the knife again.
I mean, it worked.
I was
last
thinking
time.
like the Assassin's Creed like behind rope
With the
choke
rope, sure.
technique. Yeah. Okay. 21.
That is a hit.
All right.
For playing
let's see.
Battleship. Hit sunk.
Let's see what we can do here. Oh my God. 1, 4, 5.
Dan takes the knife. His throat is already bleeding from the first stab wound. Dan takes the knife, jams it in the other side. More massive. Of course, no one can see this. Massive amounts of blood are spurting out of both sides.
Oh,
The guard goes. Blood starts coming out of his mouth, and then he just collapses to the ground. He is dead. You have killed him. He falls actually like kind of half on top of Colby, who was grabbing onto his ankle. He kind of collapses on top of him. Does no damage to Colby, but it's pretty gross.
It's unpleasant, sure.
Yes, it is. It is. You guys have killed
We're
him.
gonna come out
Congratulations.
just covered in blood.
Very suspicious. Now, smash cut to Matt. You thought we forgot about him, but we didn't. Matt groggily wakes up. Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the hell happened? Matt is not tied up. However, he is in what appears to be a very small, confined space, about the size of like a horse stable in terms of context of size. Made of the back wall is made of dirt and sand. The walls on the side of him are made of wood, going up about maybe, I don't know, 4 to 5 feet. Above that are metal bars, and above that is wood that goes up to the ceiling. And in front of him is clearly some kind of door in a similar fashion, wood and metal bars in combination, to create a small pen in which he is kept, some kind of cell. I don't think you figure out where I'm going with this. The floor is also made of sand.
Okay. How much space do I have to walk around in this cell? Like, how many would you say it's like a 4 by 4 foot cell, or?
No, it's actually not of unreasonable size. I would say it's
typical jail cell size.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yes, I would say that's fair.
Okay, so I probably have like 6 or 7 feet width. Okay.
You don't have any weapons or anything on you. It's like the other guys where you are just the clothes on your back.
There's no guards. Okay, I immediately go over to the door and start pounding on it. Just knock, and start knocking and pounding and say, "Hey, is anybody out there?"
Roll a perception check for me.
Natural 20.
Ooh, very fantastic. You look out of the bars and you see the rest of the room. There's no one. What? You look out and you notice. You notice that there is a room. There's no one else in the room. Again, sand and dirt walls everywhere. You see, it's a large rectangular room. You are down one end of it. And so you look out, you see a door in front of you and another door farther down. And you look down and you can kind of perceive that there is a row of these similar kind of cells going all the way down. As you're banging, you just hear someone go, "Hey, keep it down over there."
All right. I'm going to keep banging and yelling. I'm going to be sick. Somebody's got to let me out.
And then you hear from the other side of the room, "You think I'd give a shit?"
Hey, let's clean up our language here. I respond.
What, you think
You
this is
fools
summer
know
camp?
what you've done? Do you know who I am? Do you fools know who I am? Do you know what you've done here?
Do you know who you're talking to?
Do you know who you're talking to?
Oh my... Jesus Christ! Keep it down!
Who?
You don't have to make this prison any more
Who's that?
miserable than it already is.
My name is Achmenos. Are you... Tell
Well,
me.
good for you!
Tell me there, voice that's yelling. Are you a guard or a prisoner?
If I were a guard, you'd think I'd be talking to you? Doesn't help we're the only two morons locked in this room.
Okay. Tell me, sir, what is your name?
Why don't you first tell me what your name is?
My name is Quest.
Well, that's a stupid name.
Yeah, thanks. I bet you have a stupid face.
Wow, great comeback.
I bet you have a stupider hair.
Jesus, they always lock me up with the morons.
Wait, they always lock you up? So you've broken out before.
Hey man, you don't end up in a prison like this unless you've been through some stuff.
Tell Tell me, what kind of stuff have you been through, good sir?
Smash cut back to Colby and Dan. They continue in
Wow.
their absolute in their pitch black room, a dead guard half on top of Colby. Dan's the only one who can see anything. As you remember, there were 2 doors.
Yeah. First thing I do is I get the dead guy off of Colby.
Good. Important.
Second thing I do is I don't think we could. I don't have any way to. Do I have my adventurer's pack on me? My explorer's pack? Probably not. All right, so I don't think there's any way we can relight the torch unless you have any bright ideas, Colby. No pun intended. I can't hear you.
Oh, damn it. I that was a good one. I think we need to search this guard for any
True.
useful trinkets he might be carrying, and also not forget to take his sword,
Yes.
because we're our utility knife strategy
Worked out well.
just okay.
I would recommend one of you take the knife out of his neck. No,
Yeah,
so
I take my family's knife back.
Yes, no. You search the guard. You take.
Wipe it on his leather armor.
Who's gonna take his sword?
Are we wearing armor, by the way?
Yes, you're wearing the armor you came in with. Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. We search him.
Yep.
All right.
Is there?
So of course his
Or
sword.
maybe Dan searches him because I can't see.
On top of his sword, you find, of course, the armor he was wearing. You don't find much else of interest other than
Any keys?
a ring of keys. You do find a ring of keys.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Great.
Nice. So, should I take the sword since you have the knife,
Sure.
or you can take the sword and I'll stick with my torch club thing?
Or I can give you the knife and I take the sword.
That's true. That's true. Why don't you do that? I'm not gonna get any my strength modifier is -1, so
Yeah. I think since I'm the one that can see, I should have the weapon that does the most damage.
good idea. Yeah. I'll hold on to the torch and the knife then.
Okay. So I think we should approach these doors and percept them without opening them. See if we can tell what's on the other side.
So I'm just
There's
gonna
a door to your left and a door to your right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold onto your belt and fall.
Okay, that's
follow.
Just like
All right. I go to the door on the left,
yes.
and I rolled a 19.
You what are you listening?
Yeah. I press my ear up against the door. I check. Is there any gaps underneath the door?
You
I
do
check under
notice
there.
a very faint light coming through the gaps around the door, coming from what was on the other side. Not shining bright, but it's certainly in this pitch dark room. You do notice it. You don't hear anything.
Okay. Now let's do the door on the right. 18.
Again, similar situation. You see a faint light coming from around the door. This time, you hear a very faint sound.
All right, door on the left. Let's go.
Fair enough. All right. Then, Dan,
Is it locked, the door on the left?
Well, you got to try it.
I try it.
It is not locked, and it opens.
Great.
Hurrah!
Now what do we see? Do I need to roll another perception check down this hallway?
I would like you, yes.
All right. 13.
13. As you look ahead, it's a corridor, and there are torches along the corridor, so it's reasonably lit. Again, similar sand. There's no windows of any kind. You see down the hall some kind of. There's no door towards the end of the hall, but there is some kind of room down there. There is also the hall turns to your right, and you see you kind of see, you have to walk a little forward to see it, but you kind of see a big open corridor that goes to your right. So you can go straight, or you can go forward a little bit and take that right.
Let's walk up to the place where we would take a right, and then percept down the right corridor.
Fair enough.
17.
You look down that large corridor. And God damn it, Dan! Why do you have to ruin everything? You look down the hall and you notice that something doesn't quite look right. And the sand floor looks a little too loose, and you notice between some of the parts where the sand isn't as heavy, what appears to be some sort of odd thing going on with the floor. It doesn't look super safe.
Great. Let's go straight.
Okay. Damn you. I was really excited for that. All right.
See, now I got clocked in the back of the head. I'm back in my... so you got to check the scene for safety again.
You got to go by... Well, always check the scene for safety. All right, so you guys continue straight down the other corridor, and you enter a small room. The hallway goes through this room, so really it's just kind of shelves on either side of you, and it appears to be some kind of storage room. And in this storage room, you find, without having to perceive anything, all of the crap they stole off of you when they kidnapped you. So you're welcome to collect all your belongings.
Excellent.
If you're nice enough, you can also collect Matt's belongings, but that's really up to you, because you see them there and you recognize them as his.
I think that's probably a good idea. Anything else in here?
Nope, not really. It's pretty sparse.
No, nothing else is stored here. Just our shit.
Yep, absolutely. Prisoner storage.
All right. And there are no other doors out? Like,
well,
there's no other
so the corridor continues, and it's just straight.
Oh, okay.
So you can either keep going straight or turn back the way you came.
What do I see down there? Is it just just a corridor?
More torches with the corridor, and at the end is a door.
All right, let's walk up towards that door.
Wait, it's light now. I can see, right? There are torches.
Yes, you don't have to hold Dan's belt anymore.
Awesome. Awesome.
Colby just had his eyes closed the whole time.
Like, oh, wow.
Okay, we walk up to that door, and let's do the ear check, the under the door crack check.
Sure.
You know,
the crack check. Yeah.
14.
You put your ear to the door, you hear some muffled sounds, but you can't really clearly make out what those sounds are, other than there's something on the other side of the door.
Any cracks underneath the door I can
You see a little bit of light coming through, but other than that, you can't see much.
All right. What do you think we should do, Colby?
I guess we could, charge in sort of our more classic approach that we take to playing this game.
But I'm really loath to do that.
So, all right. So, what are our options here? Like, A, we can just go through this door.
Yeah.
B, we can go back and go down the sketchy hallway that's like quicksand or something. Or C, we can go all the way back to our cell and go through the other door with the growling on the other side.
I propose a fourth option. Let's make some noise. We could even just knock on this door and see if anything happens. Maybe the noise is just like some machinery. Like, we don't know that it's people or a monster necessarily.
That's true. Yeah, I mean...
And what we're going to do is we're going to do like the knock, ding dong ditch. That's what. So we'll knock on the door, and then we'll be in a position where, like, we're kind of hidden should someone open the door. I guess we'll just press ourselves against either side of the door, so were someone to come through, we could hopefully get the drop on them.
Gotcha.
Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a fine plan to me.
You paused so long.
So well, maybe this is a question for Sean. Like, is there a place that we can hide to do this?
It's a pretty open hallway. There's
okay. So my only what I could do is use silent image to just make an image of like the hallway in front of us, so we're hidden by a magic like portrait of the hallway. But that means like if anyone like steps too far, we'll be made.
Keep that.
I guess it's better than nothing.
I think keep that in your back pocket, because I think there are two options. There's either nothing that's alive behind this door, there's an intelligent creature, or there's a monster. If in the nothing or monster case, that illusion isn't going to matter because there won't be anything, or it'll just charge right through. In the human case, they'll probably we'll probably have some warning that they're going to come through.
Gotcha.
And then
True.
they'll respond, or they'll be like, "Who is it?"
I see.
Sound
Okay.
good? All right.
Yeah.
We press ourselves up against the walls and we do a little.
Smash cut to Matt. Matt is, I love it. I'm director here. Matt still going back and forth with with another rowdy individual in this room.
Okay. Now, he's in this room with me?
You know that.
Like, I can see him.
No, you cannot see him, but the voice is clearly coming from somewhere in the room.
Okay. All right. Where are you, sir? No, I think the last thing I asked him was what his name was. I never got a response.
Hang on. Well, if you must know, you can call me Venkar.
Venkar?
What, do I have a stutter?
No, Venkar. Where are you, if I could ask?
You're in a prison cell. You can probably guess where I am.
Well, Venkar, you certainly have a shitty attitude. Were you always this way, or does it just come from a life of imprisonment?
Well, if you were here as long as I've been here, I don't think you'd be happy about it either.
Tell me, Venkar.
Suddenly,
Why are you in prison?
Suddenly,
What?
from the door, almost directly in front of Matt's cell, are two prisoners here. They both are silent for a minute. You hear Venkar say, shh, keep it down, keep it down. They don't need to know we're talking. Smash cut to Colby and Dan. Can't hear you.
I have a theory for what's going on.
What's that?
Well, I feel like we're being led to believe that we're on the other side of the door from them.
Ah.
Or Sean is just playing director and messing with us.
Playing. All right, so what do should I roll a perception check to see?
After you knock on the door,
Mhm.
you don't hear anything at that point.
Okay, the noise, whatever was there, stops.
Mhm.
Okay. I think it's safe to open this door.
Okay, let's go.
All right,
All right, we open the door.
but you can't because it's locked.
All right, we try some keys.
All right, you try some keys. We'll make it easy on you. Eventually, you find the key that works. You turn it. You open the door, and you enter a room. And this room is one of the bigger rooms you've seen since you've been in this place. It's a decent sized room, and in front of you, you see 4 in a row of what looks like some kind of private rooms, prison cells. And you see made of wood with iron bars. And you look, and the one directly in front of you, you see your tiefling friend looking at you with wanting eyes on the other side of that door. You also hear a noise at the cell at the complete other end.
I don't like it when this guy looks at me with wanting eyes.
He's weird. And you hear noise coming from the cell at the complete other end of the room. And then on the same wall you just came through the door, there's another door at the other end on that same wall that you don't know anything about. Now, we are out of time, so we have to end it here. Will our heroes get Matt out of prison? What is going on with this new stranger, and will our heroes ever escape this strange place they find themselves in? You're going to have to tune in next time right here on Game Nights at GameNights.tv. That's our website. Go get every episode there. Also follow us on Twitter at GameNightsTV. That's where we're going to end it on behalf of Colby, Dan, and Matt. This is Dungeon Master Sean, thanking all of you for joining us and hoping we'll see you next time for more Dungeons & Dragons adventures here on Game Nights.